How's it going, everybody? Continuing on Daniel 7. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings. Eventually, we get to the Antichrist, which is the horn, or the little horn that had eyes like a man. It made war with the saints and what was the other one? Where and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And specifically, the horn making war with the saints is Daniel 7:21, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High is Daniel 7:25. And Trump Tower has five multiple addresses, 721 through 725 Fifth Avenue, that happen to match that passage perfectly. And Jesus said that the Antichrist would be here in his own name, and a horn is a trump, and a trump is a horn, and the horn in this chapter is the Antichrist. That's coincidence. Anyway, so and I beheld the wings thereof were plucked and lifted up from the earth and made stand up on a feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, second like unto a bear, and it raised it up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in its mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, lo, like a leopard, which had upon it four wings of a fowl, and the beast had also four heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible. So this is the Roman Empire, which is where the Antichrist, of course, comes from. And it had great iron. So the others were the first three kingdoms, if I'm not mistaken. It's right in line with the others in the book of Daniel. Babylon, Medes and Persians, Greeks, and then Roman. Same as the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. The Daniel 7 kingdoms are just like that of Nebuchadnezzar's statue. Yes, the visions in Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 are related and depict successive world empires leading up to God's eternal kingdom. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Um, Great iron teeth that devoured and break in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the other beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So you're already morphing into the um, mark of the beast, the iron mixing with clay. And I consider, so that's right from the time of Jesus, the Roman Empire, all the way through the end times, the final age. I considered the horns and beheld there came up among them a little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, and in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Make America great again. Everything that comes out of his mouth is fantastical. He's not even the Antichrist yet, because you're not the Antichrist until you seemingly return from a deadly wound to the right eye. That's mixing Zechariah 11:17 with Daniel 13:3, 13:12, and 13:14. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire. Let's move over to Luke. Then took they him and led him and brought him to the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall, and were set down together. Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him that sat by the fire and earnestly looked upon him and said, This man was also with Jesus. And Peter denied him, saying, Woman, I don't even know who he is. And after a little while, another saw him and said, You're also of them. Peter said, Man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour, after another confidently confirmed, saying, Of a truth, this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, Man, I know not what you're saying. And immediately when he spake, the cock crew. And the Lord turned and looked upon Peter, and Peter remembered the word the Lord had said. He said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And the men that held Jesus mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophecy, who is that hits you? All right. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.